Here's one for you guys, okay? I don't necessarily believe that the government is talking to me in my head, okay? What I'm trying to say is, I've heard about all this stuff, microwave transmissions and voice to skull and blah, 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 months before someone actually told it to me. I heard it in my head, or somebody was placed speakers in my home or outside my home and was messing with my head to do it. Now, is it real? I don't know. All I do know is lately I've been outside yelling at certain people in my neighborhood and calling them out on what they did. What they say I did was wrong, but they did something even worse and lied about it. I've had people try to run me off the road with their vehicles. I've had people break in my house and steal shit. I've had all kinds of situations where it's too coincidental for it to be a coincidence. Now, everybody just deems me as crazy and this and that. Lately, it's been getting a lot quieter since I've been out there yelling and calling people out. It's been getting a lot quieter over here. A lot quieter. Now, it says, according to Wikipedia, that people make this up and they base it upon stories they have heard, like news stories, stuff like that. I didn't do the research. I don't watch the news. How do I know all this bullshit? Because somebody has told me and put it in my head, or these weapons, microwave weapons and stuff, actually do exist. What do you think? I didn't make it up. How do I know about it? Because someone put it there in my head. Now, I still don't read about any of it. And there's things that's happening to me, like with my mortgage and stuff, where they tell me, like, oh, you can sign it over to somebody else, this and that. I already heard that. I didn't know that. Never even heard of it. Why would my brain come up with that idea and put it in my head? It didn't. Somebody else did. So I've been pretty much probably telling the truth this whole time for the past 2 years and have been getting screwed with for 2 fucking years, and no one wanted to believe me. And still, nobody wants to believe me, or nobody wants to admit to it, or it's just the government. Why doesn't someone just come tell me they've been screwing with my head? If there is nobody screwing with my head, how do I know this bullshit beforehand before someone actually telling me to look this stuff up? If you can figure that out, please let me know. It would make a whole lot of difference to me here and make everything a lot more clear. And maybe I'd stop being such a fucking asshole. Right? Right. This is the Night Rider telling you be careful. There's shitty people everywhere. And our government does do shitty things to its own citizens. 9/11 wasn't all a bunch of terrorists fucking coming in here. Our government had parts in that. You can believe it or not, but I choose to believe it because it's true. They imploded those buildings, people. They didn't just fall straight fucking down. Come on now. Use your brain. Use your head. There's a documentary out there, if it's still out there, called In Plain Sight. If you watch it with an open mind, you will see that not all that shit actually was possible. Like the plane that crashed through the Pentagon. It just fueled. The amount of fuel it had would take 3 days to fucking burn off, but yet they had it out in a couple hours. And the building that where it crashed through, let's see, there was no scorch marks on anything in there because they blew it up themselves. It was a part under construction where nobody was, so nobody got injured. There was camera footage from the gas station across the street where there was rolls of wire in, like the spools were sitting on the ground right there before, then they were gone. The tail of the plane should have taken out the building, but yet the top part stayed intact until it finally collapsed later on from it burning. Don't be a fucking sheep. Use your brain, people. Use your brain, because there is shit out there that tells you that shit really happens. And it's quite actually easy to explain, but nobody wants to believe it. Nobody wants to believe it. Well, believe me, I've been getting fucked with by a lot of people. They just keep changing. The people just keep changing. And they just think it's fun to come screw with me and watch me lose everything I have. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm going to end up okay, because I usually normally do. Because I'm actually a good person. And I don't try to screw nobody over. Have a good night, people. Look out, I might be riding near you soon. And if you're doing wrong, I'll call you out on it.